All right, we're back with lesson 12.8 in Go Math. This is units of time. So this is kind of a combination of what you learned the last couple of years about units of time, telling time, and then going on a little further with that and converting between units of time. So, of course, I'm going to start off by writing down the most important things from this lesson so we can have something to look back at to help us when we get stuck with something. So we're going to start simply just by writing down the units of time. And we're not going to go as low as milliseconds or anything like this, but we are going to start with 1 minute equals 60 seconds. And minutes, just so you know, is abbreviated MIN period. I need that period to show its abbreviation of minute. And then seconds can be abbreviated with just a S. Our next unit is hour. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. And hour can be abbreviated HR. And 1 day equals 24 hours. 1 week, and it's kind of different because we've done metric the last couple days, and metric is just tens and hundreds and thousands. This, as you can see, just numbers all over the place. 60, 60, 24, 7, no pattern, no rhyme or reason. So definitely need to have this written down because I'm going to need to write down the formulas for converting these too, which we're going to do after we get down with the second half of our units of time. 1 year equals 52 weeks. 1 year equals 12 months. Notice I didn't put months because some months are 30 days, 31 days, and then we have February, which is 28 or 29 days, so we can't write just a solid blanket statement for how many days are in a month because it does depend on the month. 1 year also equals 365 days, except for years like this year, which we call this a leap year. I know Mrs. Troutman, science has told you why we have that extra day every 4 years. That's 366 days. So those are our units, and how many are in each. Now we're going to write our formulas, which we're definitely going to want to have written down so we can refer back to these because, I guess the good thing is that all of today's formulas are multiplication. The not so good news is it's not metric, so it's not just tens, hundreds, and thousands. It's all these numbers that you see up here. So if we're going to convert minutes to seconds, and for all of these, we're going from a large unit to a smaller unit. So all of these are going to be multiplied. Multiplied by, it tells us up here, 60. Hour to minute. Just got to think how many minutes are in an hour. 60. Days to hours. How many hours are in a day? 24. Formula for weeks to days. How many days are in 1 week? 7 times 7. Years to days. How many days are in 1 year? 365. That's a pretty big number to be multiplying. leap year, today's times 366. Years to months times 12. Years to weeks times 52. So again, the numbers are kind of all over the place because it's not the metric system, it's not base 10. It is what it is. It's units of time. That's what we're working with today. So head over to Online Math Book. Should sync up pretty well with the actual book that I'm going to be using. Again, if there's anything that's dramatically different and what we do in the book does not translate, you are welcome to skip that particular problem. All right, so let's take a look here. Today's just 2 pages worth, so it's a little less than when we did 12.7. That ended up being 3 pages. So we have 2 days worth of time. Today is units of time, and the next lesson is elapsed time, how much time goes by. So units of time, let's take a look here. Compare the length of a year to the length of a month using the model. Use the model for help. Well, it shows us that for 1 year, it is 12 months long. So 1 year is how many times as long as 1 month? Well, look at our formulas, and it says 12 times. All right, now we're going to have a lot of questions like this, just simple conversion. And we're definitely going to want to refer back to what we wrote down in our notes. That's going to definitely come in handy. So, minutes to seconds, that's times 60. 3 times 60, remember, just think 3 times 6, 18, but it's 60, so we have to add that 0. Why did I skip down there? I don't know. Let's start with number 2. Same question, different number. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Well, again, that's times 60. 2 times 6 is 12. 60, not 6, so we had to add that 0 there. Years to months. Years to months times 12. That should be in our memory from memorizing our multiplication facts. 4 times 12 is 48. So 4 years is 48 months. Already got that head start on this one here. Hours to minutes. Hours to minutes is times 60. 4 times 6 is 24. And then I have the 0 here, 240, because 24 wouldn't make sense. There's no way there's 24 minutes in 4 hours. There's not even 24 minutes in 1 hour. All right, inequalities, greater than, less than, equal to. Just like most of the lessons we've done so far in this chapter, we need to find, make a common unit. So we have months here. Remember, it's always easier, usually easier, to make the larger unit into the smaller unit. In this case, years to months. We just did that up here. Here, number 3, that's times 12. 3 times 12 is 36 months, and 36 months is greater than 35 months. Days to hours. Let's see, days to hours times 24. 24 plus 24 is 48 hours. 48 hours is definitely larger or greater than 40 hours. Damon has lived in the apartment building for 5 years. Ken has lived there for 250 weeks. So years, weeks. Who has lived there the longest? Explain, make a table to help. Well, I know on your online math book you won't have this table. Uh, Scratch paper, of course, helpful. Or the same numbers. What we're doing here will be extremely helpful. So years to weeks, let's look up here. Years to weeks, 52. So 1 year, 52. I can multiply or just repeated addition here. 52 plus 52, well, 50 plus 50 is 100, and 2 plus 2 is 4, so 104. 104 plus 52, 154 plus 2 is 6, and then adding 52 to that. 150 plus 50 is 200, 6 plus 2 is 8, and then adding 52 to that. Let's see, 8 plus 2 is 10, regroup, 5 plus 1 is 6, and 2 is nothing, it's 60. So 5 years is 260 weeks. So who's lived there longer? So it's asking. Damien's been there for 5 years. 5 years is 260 weeks. Ken's lived there for 250 weeks. So Damien has lived there the longest. Damien has lived there longer than Ken. 260 weeks greater than 250 weeks. How many hours are in a week? Yeah, that's easy. We have that. Do we have it here? No, but we can use what we have here to figure that out. We have 7 days in a week. 7 days in 1 week. And then we have 24 hours in 1 day. So that would be 24 hours times 7 days makes up a week. So let's work that out. 24 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2, 15, 16. 168 hours in a week. Our explanation is done here in this number sentence. 24 hours times 7 days gives 168 hours in a week. Second page does not have too many problems. One, several here to match, and then a couple down here at the bottom. Up here at the top, explain how you know that 9 minutes is less than 600 seconds. Well, minutes to seconds times 60. 9 times 60. 9 times 60 is, well, 9 times 6 is 54, and then we have that 0 there that we have to add. So 9 minutes is equivalent to 540 seconds, which is less than the 600 seconds that they're comparing it to up here. Number sentence can do the explaining for us. All right, now we have some conversions. All of these are going to have a match. There's not going to be anything left over. So let's take a look at this. A lot of these we could just look at and use common sense. 1 hour we know is not going to be 2 days. 1 hour we know is 60 minutes. That's over here. 1 hour is 60 minutes. I don't see 60 minutes down here though. 1 hour, 120 minutes? No, that would be double. Oh, look, right there. 2 hours. Because 2 hours times 60 minutes per hour is 120 minutes. You know an hour doesn't match up with 2 days or 4 days. So it's got to be one of these two. 3,600 seconds or 300 minutes. Well, we know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. We just got to make sure. Let's see. 1 hour is 60 minutes, and there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So 60 times 60. 6 times 6 is 36. And we have 2 zeros to add. That's it. There's our match. For 1 hour, 2 hours is done. 5 hours, 12 hours, 48 hours. Well, let's go to our large unit here. 48 hours. 48 hours. I actually need to retract. There's going to be one on the top and one on the bottom that don't have a match. Although we do have 5 on the bottom and 5 on top. 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. They are not going to match up. 48 hours. Well, we know 1 day is 24 hours. So 48 hours, 24 plus 24 is 48. 48 hours is 2 days, and there we have 2 days. So now we're going to have one more match. Either 5 hours or 12 hours. Well, think about this. 5 hours wouldn't equal 4 days. 12 hours wouldn't equal 4 days, so we know we're not using 4 days. We just got to figure out which one of these two equals 300 minutes. Hours to minutes is times 60. 5 times 6 is 30, plus that 0 makes 300. There we go. But let's just do this for fun. 12 times 6 is 72, plus that 0. Yeah, nothing down there matches. So there's all the matching. These two do not have a match. And then we have connect to science. 1 day is the length of time it takes Earth to make one complete rotation. One rotation and spin. 1 year is the time it takes the Earth to revolve around the sun. So while it's going around every day, this is rotating as it goes around. 360 times it's rotating as it goes around the sun once. 1 year is the time it takes Earth to revolve around the sun. Now we have some similar words here. Rotate, revolve. 2 totally different things. To make the calendar match Earth's orbit time, there are leap years, like we had this year. Talked about that earlier. If you don't remember what Mrs. Troutman said, well, here it is. Leap years add 1 extra day to the year. A leap day, February 29th, is added to the calendar every 4 years. And it's every 4 years on multiples of 4. So in the year 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, and now we're 2020, so it's another leap year. How many days are there in 4 years if the 4th year is a leap year? Make a table to help. Well, we know there's 365 in all of these, but down here we have an extra day. So we could do 365 plus, or multiply by 2, plus 365. I'm just going to do a repeated addition here, and then that's going to help us fill out this chart, which I'm sure you don't have this chart in your online book. 5 plus 5 is 10, regroup to 1. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13, regroup to 1. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 2 years, 730 days. We had to add another 365. 5, 3 plus 6 is 9, 7 plus 3 is 10. 1,095 days. So now we're going to do 1,095 plus the leap year, 366 days. 5 plus 6 is 11, regroup the 1, drop the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 6 is 16, regroup the 1, 6 goes down. 3 plus 1, the 1 that we regrouped, is 4, and nothing to regroup. 1,461 days in 4 years, since one of those years is a leap year. So that answers this question. 1,161 days. Our explanation can be this over here. It's just that we added 365 plus 365 plus 365 plus 366. Technically would be our explanation. Last, Parker was born on February 29th, 2008. The second time he's able to celebrate on his actual birthday is in 2016. How many days old will Parker be on February 29th, 2016? Well, there's an easy way to do this, and there's a not so easy way to do this. The reason we have all of this in one box, it's kind of connected. We already did quite a bit of work in here to figure out how many days there are in 4 years if one of those years is a leap year. It doesn't matter if that year is the first, second, third, or fourth year. It's still going to give us a total of 1,461 days. So the second time he celebrates his birthday. So 8 years have passed. Here we know how many days there are in 4 years with one leap year included. We need to find out how many days there are in 8 years with 2 leap years. So that's just going to be a matter of doubling this number right here. We can go ahead if we wanted to. We didn't really make that connection. And go back and redo this whole problem, add 366 plus 365 plus 365, so on. We already did that work. We're going to work smarter, not harder. So we're going to take 1,461 and we're going to double that. I could multiply. I'm just choosing to add because it's just adding it twice. 2,922 days. 2,922 days. That's how many days old Parker would be if he was born on February 29th, 2008, and we were checking the number of days on his 8th birthday. So, head on over to your online math book. Don't forget, there are lots of resources on the Google Classroom math page where we have extra videos, video lessons, enrichment activities, extra practice, and copies of our notes. So check out your online math book, do the math classwork, and then check out those extra resources for extra help or just to strengthen your knowledge.